Refreshing.
We have to
An
cut
episode
all
with
of
Wesley
that.
Teague.
We for sure have to cut all of that.
Stay hydrated.
Oh, man. Happy you're here.
Hey, happy to be here, guys.
Now that we've lost all of our listeners 30 seconds in.
I got the seltzer burns just now.
Wesley Teague. Husband. Person.
Keep going.
Influencer.
No. Fame is a 4-letter word.
Landowner.
True.
Landowner. Cat owner.
Cat owner.
owner.
Soccer player.
Soccer player.
Adequate.
A previous resident of
Theologian.
A previous resident of theologians. A previous resident of Spain.
That's true.
I learned that last week.
Yep.
And now a seller of fabric sewn together in many forms.
Man, quite the intro. That's you guys are just reading straight from my LinkedIn profile.
Yeah.
Wow.
We did a lot of research
On my Facebook.
before this.
Graduated from Austin High School in 2004.
Go
Black Bears.
Black Bears.
Go Black Bears.
Wait, sorry. I haven't been on LinkedIn in a while. I'm going to get on LinkedIn to see what...
It's a good photo. I think I'm still a photographer there. Photographer.
Dude, all my screen time restrictions.
Oh, dude, you got this too?
Dude, that's crazy. I'm not allowed to
look.
get... Honestly, I'm not allowed to. I can get past if I need. But I can't get on social media till after like 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And LinkedIn is considered a social media.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
honestly, knowing how some people be using it, that honestly checks
It's
out.
Facebook for business people.
Yeah.
Because I
For
straight up
corporate world.
never get on it. That's why I'm thinking.
It's like
funny.
if you want to stalk someone's profile, it won't let you unless you log in to LinkedIn. And then I
take
gotta
you
reset my
seriously.
password. That's true.
Your headphone.
I like to hear the room noise.
You want the
Yeah, I like the ambiance. Mickey Mouse here over here. I have screen time too as well, but
Really?
mine
What do you
starts. Just my wife has a password that she won't tell me.
Yep.
And puts it in my phone, and I can't access. 75% of my phone.
Yep.
And it's so annoying.
All day or just for
It's-
certain times?
I can use my entire phone from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Okay.
I'm a evening shut off kind of guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
let's
yeah.
go. Oh, yeah. You also like literally use social media for your job all the time.
All day.
Oh. Okay. So who are you? What do you do?
What do I do?
I'm on
Where
your
do I start?
LinkedIn because I'm interested in how
All right,
you...
we can start there.
Okay.
I
It
don't know
says
where you
here...
start.
Does it say open to work?
It does say
Does it say that?
hashtag open to work.
No way.
And it says
Slide in.
co-owner...
Yeah.
Co-owner at Wesley and Eminent Photography /content creator.
Co-manager.
University of Alabama alum.
That's true.
Roll Tide.
The dark days, though, 04 to 08.
From 2023 to present, you are a content creator.
That's
and from
awesome.
2008. Dang, you've been doing photo for a long freaking time.
Man, back in the dark ages.
What are you going to do for y'all's 20th year anniversary in a
We've
few
already
years?
retired.
Okay.
20 years in, retired.
17
Yeah.
years and 4 months. That's a long time to do anything.
I know, right? Then my
Also-
dad will be like, well, try being a lawyer for 40 years.
Yeah, well, try being a lawyer. A marketing
Okay,
But
manager.
it is a long time to do something.
You were a
these
marketing
days.
manager at Steel City Pops
That's
during the heyday of
RIP.
Steel City Pops,
was
by the way.
OG.
2017 to 2019.
Yeah, I think I signed an NDA. I can't talk about that one.
When I was a wee little lad in 2016 showing up to Sanford University in Homewood, I was from the other side of the mountain, as we call it in Birmingham.
OT.
And I showed up.
Can't
I
hide
showed
money.
up.
Not that side.
No,
Not that side.
I'm from
Not this, but this.
The other
I am
side.
from the under the mountain instead of over the mountain. And when I showed up at Sanford, thus living over the mountain, one of the things I was most excited for was living near a Steel City Pops because it was such a freaking big deal. Just flavored popsicles.
Man, I ate my body weight in popsicles working there.
Oh my gosh. I would. It would be bad. Also, before that, you were a translator and interpreter.
Also true. Was that my first job? First job out of college was
At Kermit Johnson Elementary
way out in the boonies.
in
What,
Pinson.
Pinson, Jefferson
Also
County.
under the mountain.
What did you
Yes.
study?
I studied
cool.
Spanish and human development and family studies.
Cool.
Yeah, it was going to be
HDFS.
That's right, baby.
You were
Had
gonna
all
be
the
a
football
lawyer.
players in my.
Yeah,
I was going to be a counselor, and then married into photography.
Yep.
And the rest, as they say, is history.
History.
I feel like being a translator was my easiest job I've ever done because I'm just repeating what somebody else is saying. But my Spanish wasn't very good. So, I mean, it was good. I am still fluent in Spanish, but we would bring, parents in for parent-teacher conferences, and the teacher would be like, he needs to pay attention more. And I'm like a personable guy, so I'd be like, listen, he's doing great in class. I think his grades are fine. I don't know what's he doing at home. And I would talk for like 5 minutes in Spanish, but all the teacher said was he needs to pay attention and talk less. But I would do this like 5-minute spiel to this mom and be like, I think he's okay. Like, he just needs to listen. What's he watching at home? And I like, that was not part of the conference.
Yeah.
It was just me trying to be nice and
Just trying to do anything.
Just improving.
My favorite part of that job was sometimes it was an elementary school, so the Latin American Spanish speaking kids would cuss a lot in class, and the teachers were tipped off to certain words that the kids couldn't use. And so when they would cuss, they would send them to me, and I would call their parents, and I'd never had more power. It was a power trip for sure.
Oh, yeah.
I've never had this kind of control in my life on anyone. And I was drunk on it. I was like, the students would be like, oh, I was like, what did you say? Tell them what you said. And they would try to spell it out. And I'd be like, no, say it. Say the word. And then they would just start sobbing. And I'd be like, yeah, who's the big man now? I love kids, okay? To be clear.
Harvesting power over their heads, I love it.
I love kids, especially when I can rule over them.
I was talking to a girl that's a teacher in North Birmingham, which is a pretty rough part of town, and she is working up there with like Teach for America, or I think that's what it's called. And she was saying she teaches second grade. No, maybe not second grade.
I think that was right.
And
it was one of the lower grades.
It was like young, like they were like young, and she said that like all the boys just like we'll just literally do TikTok dances and make sex noises all day long. And she's like, how do you even know what this is? You're in second grade, much less like each of a bunch of rambunctious little dudes.
I'm never surprised.
Just definitely feeding off of one another in the class.
So tough.
I was like, if I was that teacher, like she was very she's very stern with them. I genuinely think I would probably just like laugh a lot. They would suck me into it.
Yeah.
Like, let's do this dance. I did teach 7th and 8th grade ESL as well.
Oh yeah?
And that was not as fun. It was back in like 2009 maybe.
Wow.
And it was not the year of TikTok dances.
No. What were they like back then?
I had a 13-year-old who had a full sleeve of tattoos.
Oh my gosh.
And he wasn't allowed to wear all blue. And so he definitely pushed a couple kids over some tables.
Wow.
I let him. I was not a teacher.
Wait,
I was not qualified. And I would let them play like, what was their version? It was like Candy Stand, like putt-putt, and the principal would walk in and be like, why is no learning going on?
You taught 7th grade
Yeah.
in 2009.
Yeah.
I
I'm barely
legitimately
older than they were.
I legitimately think I might have been
You
in
might have been
7th grade in 2009.
I think
How
I was
old
in 5th grade. I think.
I was definitely in 7th grade.
I
There's
like 23 maybe.
I feel like these kind of realizations happen whenever I've been friends with Wesley over the years. I'm like, because you look at Wesley, you're like, you're 24.
It's that Peter Pan syndrome.
Dude, I was sitting. I'm 27, and I work with college kids.
Yeah.
And I was sitting on Sanford's campus the other day, hanging out with some of the students that were involved in the college ministry I work at, and there's a freshman, and I was talking about something, and I was like, yeah, dude, back when I was a freshman, it was a long time ago now. It was like 2016. He was like, wait, what? And I was like, I was a freshman in 2016. He was like, you're not a student here right now? He like thought I was like
feeling.
He thought I was like, freaking 20.
Yeah.
I was like, I don't understand how someone thinks that I look. I guess people that just think when they think of seniors it's the mustache.
I was thinking about that the other day. I saw Fish.
Yeah.
I was like, this dude is like, I mean, he could be
35 years old.
Yeah, 40. And I'd be like, just like not as many wrinkles.
Yeah, Fish has a beard down to his belly button, I believe.
How old is Fish?
19, I think.
Not the band.
Fish the band's about like 70,000 years old, but
as long as their songs are. Yeah. Do I know this guy?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, he's got.
R.I.P.
I think he's definitely one of those guys that like goes to ACC on Sundays. One of those people, you know what I mean?
Those guys.
So he looks older though.
Yeah, he's got a full
that's what
beard
you
and
don't
long
want.
hair.
You know, this actually
tattoos.
brings us to a good point of talking about something that you actually do, and not just kind of talking about a bunch of random
Trying not to
stuff.
slurp. Yeah.
But you, one of your funniest bits I've seen on Instagram is making fun of the Southern church culture that we live in. You and Kyle Carpenter.
Kyle
Kyle
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
That's all Kyle. That's all Kyle.
What do
He loves it.
He does. What's his
Pastor
Dausch?
Dausch. That's what it is.
Pastor Dow?
Wasn't he on the pod?
He was, yeah.
Did
Me and
y'all
Jacob
dive
interviewed
into
him. Briefly.
his pastoral
Yeah,
ministry?
I'm an ambient music producer. I also make fun of pastors on Instagram.
And I don't make
that
money
on his-
from any of that. I actually am a professional videographer and photographer.
Is that his LinkedIn?
his Venn
Let's get his
diagram.
LinkedIn out. I just want to see what people are.
I would love
I mean,
to see
corporate speak on LinkedIn. I mean, you can get away with anything.
Right.
Kyle Carpenter.
I have a word of mouth
Jobs
on my
as
LinkedIn.
designed. Yeah, I would put word of mouth on there.
I said producer and co-host of podcasts.
Wait, you actually have it on there?
Yeah.
What's your title at your other job?
Account manager, I think.
Account manager. So
Photographer.
vague.
Yeah.
Photographer at Kyle Carpenter Photography, University of Alabama at Birmingham. I didn't know he was a UAB.
He's a blast.
UAB.
Let's go Blazers.
The blaze that pays. Steven, what's on your LinkedIn? What's your
goodness?
what's your corporate?
This is our LinkedIn segment.
Yeah. Sponsored by.
College ministry coordinator at Redeemer Community Church, and then I have my seminary on there, not my undergrad, because I got a master's.
He's got to show off those creds, street cred.
I have 21 profile views.
Can you see who it is? Who's head
Man,
hunting you,
on
bro?
Plus. One works at Tower Point. One works at MBA Chick.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I got Peacock Insurance on there. Worked there from 2015 to 2025.
Wait, that's where you were.
10
That's where I
years.
work.
That's,
I mean,
Correct.
what I did there and what Myers did
Is
there
that
is
nepotism?
incredibly different.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a neppy baby for sure.
hey, I don't blame him when you're born into it.
I was going to say everyone
can't-
except for Sally, I think, has worked for PI at some point.
Sally's definitely the files are digitized because of Sally and
Okay.
Peacock.
Then, yeah, all of the kids have.
That's the whole
Let's
fam?
talk about today. Welcome to our next segment. It's on file digitization. I'm joking.
The
So
Department
Wesley,
of Insurance.
you make insurance.
I make insurance.
You make insurance. You make freaking comedy on Instagram.
Yeah.
The elephant
Tell
in the room.
us,
Satire.
have you always been? You know,
Stupid.
you're gonna be like, oh, I'm not that funny. Get past that. Oh,
Be
have you
honest.
always been like one of the funnier people like in the room in your life?
Oh, I mean, I think there's a difference in funny and extroverted and loud.
Most energetic. You've always been
I think
like
I
that kind of
disguised
personality.
my lack of personality by just being loud and eccentric. I am one of the few, I guess, big extrovert, larger extroverts out there. I think out of all of my friends, most of them are like ambiverts. Behind the
Ambiverts.
seats, a little bit of both.
Huh? I've never heard that term before.
I
Does
have.
that make sense? Yeah.
What does that mean?
This guy knows.
Amber.
You can go both ways.
Yeah, it's kind of
Okay,
50-50.
Yeah.
Close to 50-50.
Yeah. My wife is a huge introvert.
That's the vibes I get from Emma. She's pretty mellow, laid back.
Yeah. But what a lot of people don't know though is when I'm home alone, it's just like the energy level is like, have I spoken to anybody today?
Yeah.
Do I even talk? Then I start talking to
Wait,
myself.
that's like your vibes whenever you're at home.
Yeah, when I'm by myself, unless I'm thinking of content,
Yeah.
which
she
Emma
more-
catches me like talking out loud all the time
Yeah.
to myself. But
Is she energetic?
Oh
at home?
yeah, she's like nobody will ever see this side of
Emma
him.
at home.
Yeah, it could be the funniest joke you've ever heard, and I'd be like, "You should do that at a party." She did. She's
like,
"You don't know me at all."
"Absolutely
Yeah,
Yeah. I told you this already, but to paint a picture, the other day I dropped the soccer goals back off at Wesley Teague's front porch. It was like literally Friday morning at 6 a.m. I mean, it was like very early in the morning.
Yeah.
And I just put him on the front porch, and Emma was sitting there on the front porch on the couch.
Just
like
curled
in
up.
the PJs, and then she had like a cat on her lap with like coffee, and she was like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to scare you." I was like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "How did I not notice there was a human being?"
Probably just wearing all beige, blending into the
blending
couch.
right into the couch. Yeah,
That's so funny.
I was like, oh, "Okay."
Yeah.
Okay, so how did? Well, I don't want to get there yet. I want to talk more about like kind of early life before you kind of got on the internet.
Yeah.
Tell us about the real 90s.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you went to
man.
high school. You graduated high school in 2004.
Yeah, 2004. 04,
Okay.
baby.
Talk to us about what was it like? Being a high schooler, you in Austin High.
Man, A high till I die.
I was pretty popular. I was class president.
Oh wow.
I was also student council president,
on.
which I thought it was just a popularity contest, but come to find out, I had to plan my 20-year reunion, so it comes back to bite you.
Ouch.
20 years later,
Ouch.
it's no longer cool. I definitely peaked in high school. I think the number one song when I graduated high school was "Yeah" by
Sure, baby.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool. But that was in the fall, so I'd already graduated by then, so it doesn't really count.
Like Gwen Stefani or something
Yeah,
like that.
probably something stupid. But then what else? I graduated 04. I was friendliest. I have 3 other siblings. Lived in Decatur, Alabama. What else can I go for? First Baptist
Nowhere
Church.
greater.
Yeah, Decatur West Greater. Home
Did
of
you
Meow Mix.
know Brandon
Lower?
Loper?
Brandon Loper. I didn't know Brandon Loper.
Didn't know Brandon Loper, but you knew Brandon Lower.
Yeah, he's from Decatur. And
I didn't know that.
I think he's
There's
older than me,
so
though.
many people from Decatur.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Lenny. Can you see my... Just got to check. Every time I lean, I feel a cold breeze down my backside.
You're fine.
But that's just sweat. Ultra sweater, not the kind you wear. Quick slurp break. Also, I'm looking at Steven a lot, but I don't want to forget that Myers is here.
Myers is
Okay,
here.
I'm
It's just
the-
my body.
I'm the ad lib guy. I just throw in a
Yeah. He's the color man.
I've been trying to say yeah less because whenever I cut up the shorts, I interrupt people with yeahs.
I
And
interrupt
it's just
people
super annoying
just like now.
to me.
I just interrupted him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interrupting Tuesday, I interrupt.
Yep.
You need a soundboard where you just have Myers just going yeah,
Yep. Yep.
or a one of those. I think Mike Rowe has a. I just watched it. I've never watched a Mike Rowe podcast, but he has a duck quack when you cuss. I was like, no, that's pretty good.
That's funny.
Yeah, does it work?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we should
That's what it
definitely
sounds
censor ours. That'd be pretty
Yeah.
funny, especially whenever
would
we
be
have
funny.
some certain guests on.
Yeah.
We've only had a few people who
Holy
are like
Ghost whisper.
hardcore, like just saying a lot.
Cussers?
Just cussers.
Cursors.
Kyle Carpenter, mainly.
Did he?
Mainly Kyle Carpenter,
Yeah,
really.
mostly Kyler
would.
Carpenter.
Carpenter.
Just loves dropping bombs.
Do you think that he'll ever become a carpenter?
No.
Okay.
Just curious.
Nope.
So you were class president.
Big
I try
man.
not to burp in this microphone. this coffee and this seltzer. We're just free balling here.
You're gonna burp and like milk is gonna come out of your mouth.
Yeah, I did. My this is an aside. My sister got me a stack of Yoo-Hoos for my birthday. For my 40th birthday.
Why'd she stack them?
And well, they were in the carton case, so it's
Okay.
just, that's what I see them as a stack because
Sure.
it goes in order of Yoo-Hoo goodness. It goes bottle, carton, can, but it's just like these small Yoo-Hoos, and I just slurp them back, and it's chocolate drink. It's not chocolate milk.
No.
My trademark.
Because of what you post on social media, do people for your birthday just
Oh,
give
yeah,
you
yeah.
like old things all the time?
They do, but I don't hate it. My wife loves cats, and
Yeah.
this is a disclaimer. I think she's okay with me saying this, but people associate her with just introversion, Enneagram, and cats.
Yeah.
And so anytime they see a cat thing, they'll send it to me and be like, get this for Emma. And I'll be like,
That's why you're wearing.
yeah, this was for me. I bought this for me. This is not for Emma.
This is Wesley's
Yeah,
cat
this
shirt.
is Wesley's cat stuff. He can be a cat guy too. But yeah, because I mean, I do love the 90s. I do love vintage things. Jeff Heine got me the Blair Witch Project on VHS for my birthday.
Fantastic.
Jordan May got me a Bama starter jacket. That was a vintage Bama starter jacket.
Yeah.
My other siblings got me a 90s trivia game, an old Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle that squirts water out of his mouth. I mean, the list goes on and on of just things people buy me, and I will never say no if somebody wants to get me. I mean, anything that if they're thinking about me, that's the kind of shit.
That's the gift. Yeah.
They're like, oh, thanks.
Where do you fall in the sibling rankings?
I'm the oldest.
Oldest?
Which you'd think I have like second child syndrome, I guess. I'm not a typical first child. I used to be a perfectionist up until about third grade. And then I think I had early onset puberty, and then I just stopped caring about everything.
Early onset puberty.
Yeah, I think that's what it does. Perimenopause. But my desk was like 5-star binder, all of my notebooks. They were just stacked. And my teacher moved me to the front of the class because she liked how neat my desk was.
Yeah.
And I was just like this anal retentive son of a gun. Just, I got to get all A's. If I misspelled a word, the teacher would call me up, and I'd be like, tears. Just like, I know how to spell cautionary. I think, can I still spell that? No, I can't.
That's good.
Not even going to try. Necessary. Is
two
it two
suffixes
C's,
on
two
that
S's? Yeah, not even going to try. Great idea for a party, though.
Spelling bee.
Spelling bee party.
Yeah. See how smart your friends really are. Or how nervous they get. But I was anal retentive until about third or fourth grade. I was super embarrassed about a lot of things. Like, my mom, like every mom, was like, he's getting armpit hair. And I was like, no, I'm not. I'm not, okay? And, you just get super embarrassed. And then after middle school, I was just like, who cares? Like,
Literally.
And then I think I became the person I am today, and I haven't changed. I'm the same size, same height. I have like 2 gray hairs in my beard, and since high school.
Literally.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I think I weighed less than I did in high school.
What was it like to go to Alabama
During the dark days?
during the like your freshman year at Alabama?
Yeah.
Is like genuinely probably the worst version of the University.
It
of
really
Alabama.
was. It really was. But the best time, because you could get away with a lot of stuff.
It was a building year.
It was. Oh, it was so fun, though, because, I mean, even, what was that, 04 was, I think MySpace was still a thing.
You went there whenever that coach was like, I gotta get him out of the football game.
I think it was
What's that guy's name?
Mike
DeBose,
Price. There was DeBose, Mike Price, Franchione, Shula. I think they were all coaches while I was there, and then Saban finally got there.
Showed
But
this video?
No.
There was like an interim football coach in
Which
like
one was he?
04, I think.
Yeah, it might have been him.
It was a coach who came in and got fired after like 1 year.
Yeah.
And then he didn't even make it to the bowl game.
There was one. Was that the guy with the? He had some controversy. He had some
maybe
something.
something because there was like anyways, but they hired a guy to be an interim coach for one game.
Yeah.
And at
One
at
game.
halftime, they did an interview with him. He sounds like a black bear is talking.
He sounds like the Paul Bryant intro video where he's like, I ain't never been nothing but a winner, but he's a lot more angry.
I'll see if I can insert the video here.
Yeah, where's the color guy? He's got the laptop where he pulls up all
Here it
the.
is. Here's the video.
Where's the Joe Rogan?
Smash that
guy?
link.
Hey, JD, can you pull up
Where's our
interim coach
Andy Richter.
Alabama football 2005 fall?
Let's get the footage.
Will Jones knows what this video is.
Yeah, he would. He's just a Alabama. You could probably name all the linebackers and
We're
Joe Klein.
yeah, there he is. Hey, turn it up.
So one of these teams will end up below 500. Let's get out of Todd.
Coach Kynes, it's been a while since you were the head coach. What do you tell your team at half?
We just got to stop that little inside trap. The option didn't hurt us much. We played pretty hard. We just got to stop that inside thing. Offensively, we kind of sputtered around, got the ball in the end zone. Defensively, we got to get out off the field on that 2-minute drive.
With key injuries to your offensive line, what do you do in the second half?
Oh, we're just going to play. We just got to keep playing.
Thank you, Coach.
Like, I think if you grew up in the South, especially the deep South, like I can close my eyes and I know what this guy looks like.
Yeah.
Like, we've all had a guy that just
I've never
sounds like
seen a photo of him, but I know what he looks
he
like.
sounds like a tick that's just about to pop. He's probably red. Like he's
Yeah.
not tan, But he's just been sunbathed.
Yeah.
He's like, but then he's just like, he's like, hey guys, we're out there.
He definitely says
He's never
grand
stretched.
babies.
Yeah.
He's never stretched before.
Yeah, yeah. He's like, oh, it's Cooper's headache. We gotta get it. He's like, let me borrow some change. He doesn't. Yeah.
I was listening to a sound bite the other day of this old coach for the Browns, the Cleveland Browns, and he was like, looking at his professional football team. He's the coach of them, and they're stretching. He's like, this stretching stuff is stupid. You know, you think back, World Wars, they won 2 World Wars. They never stretched.
They didn't stretch before they got off that boat.
This was like 2016 too. Like this wasn't like 1985.
That's crazy.
Hey, pull up the footage of World War II stretching. Just real fast, so we can just see.
Soldiers stretching in World War II. That's what my search history will say. Coach from Alabama football 2005 and soldiers stretching in World War II.
It's like, A, stretching is beneficial. B, I bet they did actually stretch. What do you think?
Also, war is like a different thing.
It's different now.
No,
it's
dude.
different.
Football games
football.
are more the same, Myers.
Gosh, I forgot.
It was war back in the 04 days
That's
of
right.
Alabama football.
Did,
back then, the student tickets were $40. You got every game.
That's awesome.
I
And
think
you still didn't go?
Still didn't go as a physical ticket. And yeah, we still didn't go. I think the biggest game we lost to like LSU or something in triple overtime, and people were throwing that year on the quad. People put up a lot of inflatable projector screens so people outside could watch. I think by halftime they had been taken down because people were throwing beer bottles through the middle of it because we were
50 to
awful.
nothing.
Yeah, dude, yeah. And 04 to 08 was just such a. It was funny because the school was like 18,000. I think it's doubled in size since I was there, since they got there. And lived off campus, didn't have to live on campus. We would drive like mini like scooters or crotch rockets, is what we call them, little motorcycles, and we'd tie office chairs to them and drive them across a quad. There's just no evidence of any of this stuff.
Did Emma go to school with you?
She did. That's where we met, fell in love.
Is she from Decatur as well?
No, she's from the Big D, Dallas.
The Big D.
Whoa.
Yeah.
As opposed to the little D.
Yeah.
Decatur,
Alabama. Or Denton, which is north, is actually where she's from. But
okay.
Nobody knows where that is.
The middle D.
UNT, Nora Jones, Lecrae. Name drop. Yeah, we met.
Today's episode is sponsored by
Lecrae and LinkedIn. And $20,000 and a shot of the title. See you there. We met in Spanish class.
Aw.
Yep.
Bueno.
Her first.
You said
first compliment.
more.
She complimented me first. So
Whoa.
she was sliding into these.
Like, wow, your
DMs
rolling
before they-
R's are good.
She said, "Nice dientes" to me. That's a true story. She liked my teeth, and I think she has way better teeth than I do. I just never had braces.
I don't know if I'm educated enough to make a comment on the matter.
A tooth call.
A tooth, yeah. You can.
Next time I see her, I'm
nice
like,
straight
hey,
teeth.
I'm gonna say, hey, open up.
Teeth.
Wait.
Yeah. Hey, let me see.
Open up there.
Wait, Emma. Hey, let me see him.
Hey, let me see him. Your teeth.
Wait, so you were both like maybe
Obviously.
like freshmen together? You were in a class?
No, she's
or?
a year younger than me, but I waited and I saved myself for second year Spanish class. I went the slow route. She was 103. I went 101, 102.
Oh, bang.
And yeah, we had a couple of classes together. And then she had a boyfriend at the time. Her first date, her boyfriend at the time, we can strike this from the record later if we need to. He was already in college. And this is going to sound so dumb because it sounds like every college kid who had Facebook back then. But it was back when college was only for college students.
Facebook was only for college students.
College was only for college students. Duh. Maybe. Depends.
Maybe.
I'm losing my mind already. What's in this coffee? Facebook was only for college students. It was the Facebook. And you had to have a college email. And so Emma, as a senior, had a college email and got a Facebook account. But this guy from Alabama already, he was like, maybe he was a sophomore, email or messaged Emma while she's at high school and was like, I see you're going to Bama next year. Let's hang out.
Wow.
And that was her first boyfriend. But her first date, she got to go up in a helicopter. Some guy took her up in a helicopter.
What the heck?
Yeah.
How did you top
And
that?
my first date
You
was.
were like, and that was me.
I wish that was me.
Dad's a lawyer.
Yeah, my dad's
been a lawyer
yeah.
50 years.
He's the Better Call Saul version. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, you try being a lawyer for 40 years, and then you can take girls up in a helicopter. Our first date was, what was it? It wasn't putt-putt. No, Emma turned me down on our first date. Yeah, I know. Because I was dating some. No, I wasn't dating somebody else at the time, but I had some excess baggage I had to get rid of.
Squash a little bit?
Yeah, to squash before she was like, listen, come back to me in 6 months. And that's what happened. I asked her on a date. She said her exact words were, I think it's best that we don't. And I took that. I said, okay. I took it in stride, and then came back a few months later, and the rest is history.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your first date? Was it putt-putt?
It wasn't putt-putt. It was. We made spaghetti.
Yeah, you did.
Homemade
Yeah,
spaghetti.
you did.
Ketchup?
No ketchup.
Wow.
Just from scratch. Noodles and everything.
From scratch.
Wait, I think that was
Ketchup
what.
from scratch.
That might have been what I did with Claire. I think this
spaghetti?
first. Not spaghetti,
Spaghetti
but chicken carbonara. I'm pretty sure the first time she came over and we hung out one-on-one, I think was that.
Chicken carbonara.
There was-
Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
I ate pasta on my
Stanford,
first date.
Stanford students don't
Didn't make it
call things dates.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
my
It's
first
courting.
or second date was over pasta.
Chivalrous courting. You guys are much more highbrow. I think this is just. We did make the pasta, but it was ragu all the way, like this store bought, just red sauce. Just how's your red sauce?
The only,
Yeah.
the only part of making spaghetti is just boiling water.
Just I feel like spaghetti has a ceiling, you know. Diminishing returns after a certain price point. It's just
I always feel stupid. I don't know if y'all experience this. I go to the nicest Italian restaurant in the world, and if I see spaghetti on the menu, I'm like, should I? Just
no,
get
don't
it?
do it,
Should
Steven.
I just get spaghetti right now?
Like an 11-year-old.
Yeah, I don't do that. I'm
Stuff
sorry.
is so.
Can I
it's
do
so
the
good.
biscotti?
I'll have some spaghetti, please.
Spaghetti.
He just wants noodles.
Can I have some spaghettis, please? Some spaghettis, please.
He's in a suit. He just looks so nice at the fanciest Italian restaurant. And he's just got regular old spaghetti,
He's got
just
red-
spaghetti noodles,
red
and
sauce all over my face.
Not even red sauce. You're just eating straight nudes. Just as bland as
butter
the day
nudes.
is long.
So when did you get married?
2010. Yeah, 2010.
Is that 2 years after
I
graduating?
was 25. She's 23. Yeah. It goes graduate, ESL teacher, get married, move to Spain. That's 2010. Then spend a year there, work 12 hours a week, teaching English to elementary school kids. That was the worst. But we traveled around a lot. That was fun. Learned Spanish. More in 1 year there than I did 4 years at Bama.
Yep.
Then came back here. Was a translator for a year while we did photography, and then I started doing photography.
Wow.
And we did
So-
that for
That's so
I
cool.
want
years.
to. I want to. That's
talk
like
about
pretty
work now.
insane. You got to do the whole Spain thing.
Yep.
Like when you say you traveled a lot, where did you go?
We were pretty broke because we worked 15 hours a week,
Yeah.
and that was it.
not very many
That is not a
hours.
lot of hours. I think we paid $500 in rent a month, and we paid like $10 for internet, and those were our expenses.
Wow.
And then the rest was like, all right, we got to travel. And we would travel all over Spain. We did Portugal, Italy, Germany, France, and just anywhere you could get like a cheap Ryanair flight, like just
Yeah,
a bus with wings for like $14 and just go.
Let's go.
Yeah. God, I think we made $1,000 a month.
Wow. What'd you? Any highlights from the traveling, or just from time in Spain?
I saw Michael Jackson's dad. He was eating at a McDonald's down the street, and we were like, "What's going on?" And because we lived in Seville, which is like a smaller town in southern Spain, and so that was one highlight. I grew up pretty conservatively, and I got in trouble by my school. My school hated me. I don't know why. I thought I was pretty fun. The kids loved me, but the staff hated me because I was so blasé and
Sure.
just pretty laid back. Even Spain is pretty laid back in general. I grew up pretty conservative. Like, I never drank or smoke or anything, or I don't even cuss growing up, which is fine. I had friends that did, so I'm cool. But I worked in the school system, and we went on a field trip one time with the school, and they all brought like wine and drinks and stuff for our field trip, and I was like, okay. I was like, things are a little looser here than they are at the school system in Decatur. I was like, I could have been fired for this if I brought a bottle of wine. And they were like drinking and eating at this picnic table just while all the kids are just running around at this like historical site or something. It was like some UNESCO World Heritage thing. I was just like, okay, this is 1,800 years old, and
wine picnic.
Yeah, just a wine picnic. I was like, all right, let me write about this. And I wrote about it. I was like, we're just drinking within, earshot of the kiddos. Like, I'd have been fired at my school. And they found my blog.
Oh my gosh.
They brought me into the principal's office and were like, you take this down right now. And they like, I don't know. They got really upset. And I was like, okay, ease up. And then from then on, they would just like talk about America. They're like, I know a bar down the street that's older than your country. They would just like dog me every now and then. And I was just like, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I was like, cool, guys.
Okay, got it.
I know, I'm sorry. I talked about drinking one time, but I would go to school from 9 to 2, and then everything would shut down for the day. And also that year, which is crazy, this is 2010, in Spain, they had just passed a law you couldn't smoke indoors anymore. I think it was in bars specifically and within a certain feet of schools and hospitals. Okay. And so a lot of people in my general area were mad that they had to like walk down the street to smoke.
To go smoke.
I think that's why they were mad.
Yeah.
Because they couldn't smoke.
Yeah. They're having some withdrawal.
But it's weird that it
headaches.
was 2010. Yeah. I was like, we just passed this law.
Yeah. I think that was the same for France. I think they passed it in the 2010s.
Yeah.
Like 2015
Wow.
or something.
Was a part of that.
I don't know if they're obeying that.
They're still smoking pretty hard.
It's kind of crazy. That is like a European thing.
Yeah.
People just rip cigs like crazy.
Also, we would do road trips. We'd have to use a regular old printed map because I think Emma had an iPhone, but it was like the first year it came out, or maybe she had just bought one. I don't remember. Maybe that was 04. But yeah, we were driving all over with a map, and I think he hit us. I didn't hit this guy. A motorcycle hit us in a roundabout, and I stopped in the roundabout, and I was like, what do I do? And everyone's honking because you don't stop in a roundabout.
Yeah.
Because it just keeps going around. And then, those are the most notable things about our time in Spain.
The motorcycle guy had seen Michael
motorcycle
Jackson's
guy
dad.
got yelled at for not drinking.
Yeah.
And then went on a couple of road trips. That was probably the last time I slept in a car. Me, my brother, and my wife all went on a road trip to France. And like I said, we didn't make any money. So we slept in a car and found a hostel on Craigslist like the next night in France. And
that's so cool.
Yeah, it was just like a motorcycle diaries, just a coming of age.
So you had a blog.
Had a blog.
And it's
called Los Teagues.
Your wife was early on Facebook.
Yep.
Like, when did your relationship with the internet start? Were you techie from the start? Were you getting on there from the start?
I'm so tech illiterate. I'm not a gearhead when it comes to cameras. I'm not a gearhead when it comes to music. I'm just like as simple as a day is long. Simple's not stupid, but pretty, which gets confused sometimes. But tagline: simple's not stupid.
That's
right. And I just I like what I like, but I was never good at it. That's probably when my blog didn't take off. And Emma was always way better. She studied art, and we would edit our photos in Photoshop. And there weren't presets or anything, so it just download a photo, and it took me an hour to do 2 photos just to get. And they were so awful. It was just early days of I don't even know what you would call it now, but it was just everything looked too really blue or yellow. you'd have to like tweak all the curves and the hues and saturations individually for every photo. And it was back in the day when we would like go to a cotton field or something, and dudes were looking like what's that band, the Lumineers? Like
typewriter.
Yeah,
vibes.
why does this guy look like he's the Notebook? Yeah, like why are you bringing it? Like it was the early days of like this new trendy photography, and I cringe so much thinking about it. But like in my engagement photos, I wore like high waisted pants and suspenders. I looked like a newsie from. I was like about to talk about the war. I'm like, oh, war's over. Next street, read all about it. And it was just that was like the vibe. Everybody brought
extra in Sherlock
Yeah,
Holmes.
you bring your like seafoam green suitcase full of a globe and maps and the initials of your soon to be bride, and you lay them out and you're laying on a blanket. It was the dumbest stuff, and so that's the world I grew up in as far as my vocation in photography goes. Yeah,
and then I mean, you've always been around technology though, but you found like so talk to us more about what that you mean by that. Like what simple isn't stupid.
Let me back up. Speaking of technology and photography, I did catfish my wife to be engaged to me. I used our photography business. This is an aside, but I felt it was relevant to what we were just talking about.
Incredibly relevant.
I am tech savvy when it comes to tricking people. I created this fake email account, and I like asked Emma. I was like, I got this idea for this engagement shoot. I want to surprise, or I want to surprise this person. I can't even remember their names. But so I sent it to Emma from this other person to get Emma to go to this photo shoot. And she thinks it's a photo shoot.
For like somebody else.
Yeah. And I'm like playing along. I'm like, I don't want to go to this photo shoot. She's like, but we got to go do it. And they want all these things. It sounds cute. And then we get there and I'm like, surprise, you want to marry me? And she's like, there's no photo shoot? I was like, no, it was me the whole time. So I am tech savvy in regards to catfishing and creating fake email accounts. It's pretty easy back then though. But I don't know. I'm just not good at like there's some people like Kyle or there's so many good videographers and graphic designers and people in town. And I was never that way. I was just like, this looks good. Let's just run with it.
Yeah.
And
you're the vibes guy.
I'm just the vibes bro. Just here for a good time, I feel like I talked, or how did I describe myself? When it comes to me and Emma as a team, I always described it as a magic trick. And Emma was like the one doing the magic trick. And I was the distraction hand, like, hey, guys, look over here. The disarming part of the trick. Yeah. And although I think I'm creative, sometimes, and I have a good eye for those things because I'm left-handed. Yep. And I can hear myself breathing. When I just start talking really loud, I just I have asthma, okay?
There's so many clips already in my head where he's just like, I'm really good with tech as long as I'm catfishing my wife.
Yeah, hey, slice these up. I need context, though.
Camera A. And then let's see. So you can have multiple camera angles.
Yep.
Camera B.
Camera B. There it is. Yep.
Camera A. And then a straight on. So you can have one of those.
Camera C.
Camera C. Get a close up. Zoom in. All right. Is that how they do it?
That's a professional right there.
Thank you.
That's a professional
Put it on
for
what?
sure.
There's a hidden camera in there.
Yep.
So like the whole plan of going through his life, we should probably just toss at this point.
Well,
Don't toss
we're
it.
making our way.
Don't you dare.
We're making our way.
What's our time? We can go to commercials, Steven.
We've got an hour. We've got an hour.
You can piece it
Who's your
together.
favorite
Who's
person?
your editing room? Huh?
Who's your favorite person?
In the world?
You can't say Emma.
My
I was
wife.
gonna say,
Our
other
cat.
than Emma, other than
Unless
Emma.
you really want to go there about Emma, which I know you don't want to. It's
No,
a
we already
random
talked
podcast episode.
We talked about her enough. I see her every day. I love you. Who is my favorite person? I got a good list. Are we talking
Jordy
celebs? Yeah, Jordan, Brandon, some of my best friends, Jeff. But you can't ask an extrovert that because I'll tell you, anybody.
It's a different answer
Yeah,
every
it's
time.
a different answer every single day.
If you could sit down and have a like a little morning, apple turnover and cup of coffee with a comedian, who would it be?
See,
Because you're a comedian.
listen, yeah, but
You're a funny guy.
I don't. Hey, funny guy, tell us a joke.
Hey, funny guy. Hey, funny guy.
Hey, he's funny over here. Any of the greats, Jim Carrey, Robin Williams, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd, that'd be. I've been
yeah.
epic. No, Chris Pratt is the guy that's
Pratt
on
would be fun.
Parks and Rec. I've been watching Parks and Rec lately.
Chris would be. Oh, he'd be a good hang, I think. And then, which I used to run an account for a band, and Chris Pratt would be in the messages, in the DMs.
No way.
I'd be like, let me read this real quick. Can't say who though.
That's crazy.
Switchfoot.
They wish.
Vans Warped Tour.
Bands, really okay.
Vans Warped Tour.
Was it? What were we just talking about? Who's my
Was it
favorite
Winter
people?
Jam? Winter Jam, was that the band that you?
Winter Jam. Did I go to a Winter Jam? No, I went to a.
No, I
might
went
have
to
been a
5.
Winter Fest. Yeah, I did go to a lot of those. In
That would have been a great senior quote.
I
Did
love-
I go to a Winter Jam? No, I actually went to 10, I think.
in high school, I was our worship leader, and we did sing a lot.
Our? Like,
I was our worship-
who? Like
I
First
was-
Baptist Decatur?
I was the youth worship leader, and we sang. There was this band called Apologetics, and they would do parody versions of.
Oh, yeah. My parents had
Yeah.
listened
Do
to
they?
stuff.
They
Like,
love
I
this
listened to this growing up.
We would do like Switchfoot songs too, like more secular songs. But there was this song. Is it the Monkees? I'm a Believer.
Oh, yeah.
But we would change the words to, and then I saw her face, and now I'm a believer. But we changed the words to, and then I got His grace. Now I'm a receiver, and I would sing that dead serious. I'm like, we didn't have to change believer to receiver. I guess it could have worked theologically. Yeah, it could still work, but
That one kind of speaks for itself a little there.
Yeah, I did grasp.
You sang that like in youth group?
I was like, let's do it.
What,
I had a lot of good songs.
This
This would have been 2003 to
In 2003, what was the youth
2000 to
ministry?
2004.
Like, were you just dressed like straight up like an emo kid? Like, what was the 2003 youth ministry?
Dude,
vibe?
probably baggier jeans than we're all wearing right now.
Yeah.
Boot cut,
Oh yeah.
New Balance, maybe a Abercrombie & Fitch tee.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
No pop collars from me. I probably went through like a quick semester of like a sock on the wrist. It was like I was like, I got a punk side too. A lot of puka shells.
Puka shells.
Did
Dive
you?
right back into my tech. We didn't talk about my tech, or this goes into 90s, I guess. If you want to nosedive into that.
Did you ever do the like long flowy T-shirt worship leader thing?
No,
That's like 10 years later.
no. That's too late. That was too late for me.
Okay.
Missed that whole world.
Missed that world.
I missed
You
the
never
baggy-
wore the drop tees?
The Beebs tee?
Dude, you definitely had some wide neck tees.
Dude, I would look like 2 feet tall if I was wearing a drop tee.
I did. I did look like that.
I call it the Bieber
My
tee.
legs were this big.
Dude.
Do you do drop crotch too?
The purpose store.
Hammer pants?
Carl Lentz.
Yeah.
The Bieber purpose store era. I mean, I was sucked into that.
Yeah.
It was
100%.
I was rocking Adidas NMDs and Ultra Boosts and do you remember the American Eagle stretchy skinny jeans?
Yep.
Like
Man.
I remember.
These are all post me.
I remember coming back from Passion like 2016, I think.
yeah.
And one of the guys who went with us got back and said, I'm going to buy like 10 V-necks. And he literally did. He went to like Aeropostale and just bought like one in every color.
I remember
The tightest, deepest V.
it was funny too. It was so thriving at one point that you could go to either Abercrombie or Hollister, Abercrombie, American Eagle,
Yeah.
Aeropostale,
Buckle.
and then you could go to like Rue 21 as well.
Yeah.
Like you could really go to like the depths,
Exxon.
pretty much all the way down to Dollar Tree level quality, and they would be selling the same thing.
Yeah.
It was really into it. What do you think is like present day versions of that? Like what are like in 5 years? What are we looking back and being like? Why did I freaking wear that?
Big hodgepodge.
I'm kind of thinking at least, I think for girls it's going to be a lot of Prince.
Prints?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Like flower designs.
Oh,
and
gotcha.
Like
They're already coming back.
plaids.
I'm
see a lot
talking
of
about
stuff.
like
San
like
Francisco.
what is like
Cottage.
what are like freaking like worship leaders wearing right now?
Maybe
I
some
think they're
money.
still wearing the same thing they did in like 2014.
Fancy boots and fedora.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like fancy boots and they're still wearing drop
We
tees.
still wearing open vests.
They're still into that.
I think, I don't know because I'm not in that world, but like that's what I've seen. You know?
Oh man, I do still have a lot of Abercrombie and Fitch clothes that some of the best made clothes I've ever had. And they're back. Hey, 90s
They're
are
back.
back into the baggy boys,
Sure.
Oh yeah.
baggy pants.
They're-
So do you have like a room in your house where you just keep like old stuff for
Yeah.
props?
I'm slowly getting pushed out of it though. It's more of a holding place, kind of like where when you throw your laundry onto a bed and it just stays there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is my 90s stuff. It sits in our office until something better comes to replace it. So all of the 90s stuff that people give me, all my 90s stuff from my parents' house, it just sits in like 4 or 5 large tubs, and then it sits on Emma's desk. So she has to stare at it all day, and then it sits on all these nice shelves, just all organized, just stupid action figures and troll dolls and lunch boxes and
Fantastic.
I have a VHS TV combo that sits in there that's hooked up to like a Sega Genesis right now.
Yeah.
It just looks so dumb. It's like, what 11-year-old child lives here?
How did you like lock in on nostalgia? Where did that
all
come from?
virality. It's all, sorry, I don't let you finish a question.
I don't have Instagram, so I'm getting on the Redeemer College Instagram to look at what y'all are talking about.
He's speaking of tech savvy.
Oh, it's like all about nostalgia stuff.
It's my first few videos were me making fun of my wife, and those would go. I did have a few like million view videos about my wife and marriage stuff. Like people just typically find that relatable, I guess. But I liked doing it, but I didn't like doing it in a degrading way. And I would get a lot of comments online that were like, "Oh, this pig, this chauvinist, like, why don't you be a better husband?" And people are just so mean online. Like, it's probably bots or like, I was like, "I'm a pretty good husband." You don't know my marriage. I've been married for 15 years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for all of our listeners, clearly he's a chauvinist.
big chauvinist. Ugh. Yeah.
Pin 15.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Pin 15. What does that mean? Pin 15.
Are you a
Do
part
I
of the
still have
Pen
that?
15 crew?
I'm surprised you have. Are you allowed to get on right now with your tech band? What do I have? Yeah. It changes.
You better get on fast, bro. You only
Yeah.
get on till
Original
4.
content. 1985 nostalgia. And it did. Yeah. It says Pin 15. Pin 15 Club. Pin Island Club. Write that one out.
I've been trying to get people on pinisland.com for a while. I'll tell you. Let's go down a little rabbit trail.
Give it to me.
All right, so I own the
Domain.
the domain gracieandsteven.com.
Okay.
Because I wanted a custom domain for my wedding website
Or a blog.
or blog. I guess I could use it for a blog now, or maybe presumably a photography company if I wanted to copy you and your wife's names for your photography. Anyway, so I own gracieandsteven.com. One of the worst mistakes I've ever made in my life was associating my personal phone number with that domain.
Yeah.
Why I need to associate a phone number with a domain is beyond me still. But I understand if whoever's out there making domains, they're like, how should we verify this? I guess we should put a phone number with it. Anyway, so the domain lapsed, which means that my phone number is in the internet world. And I don't know how that happens, but it becomes available at that point to people that are on like... So I get calls probably 2 or 3 times a week with these like, people from the other side of Earth that call. And they ask me if I need any marketing help with gracieandsteven.com because they would love to offer me marketing help. And then they'll be like, do you own any other domains? And then that's whenever I'm like, I do.
Do I have a domain for you?
Pinisland.com. And they're like, will you spell that for me? And I spell it out. And then you hear them click it. And then they jump off the phone pretty fast after that.
Yeah.
But it depends on how mad I am that day on
Yeah.
whether or not I do it. So
I've been getting calls about my health benefits card and whether I've received it in the mail yet.
yeah.
And I haven't received it yet, so I'm really looking forward to it because it helps
gonna
with,
get it.
with groceries and
With
stuff.
health.
And then they always ask me how much money I make per year. And I'm like, I think this year I'm going to bring in like 4.6 million.
Yeah, yeah.
They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah, like 4.5 million this year.
You can hear them.
And then they hang up.
You can hear them salivating.
Sometimes they'll be like, why are you talking to me? I'm like, you called me. I don't know.
I didn't ask for this.
I'd love a benefits card. It can help me pay for my groceries. So what do you mean? Pin Island's good.
Pin Island is great. I also have an email address of a similar spelling, or of a similar colloquialism. My AOL email address that I applied to college with, I made it in 7th grade in a hotel room with a free AOL CD on a trip to Six Flags in St. Louis with one of my best friends, Cole Anderson. But the first part of this AOL email address is schlong. And I applied to college with the word schlong in my email address. And I recently had to say this to somebody for a partnership deal. And I was this is the only time I've ever been embarrassed. But when I applied to college, you had to do it over the phone. And they get all your information. So I was talking to this enrollment lady. Would they call you back? You had to do classes, I think, in person, and you send an application, but they call you to get some further information. And I was just like, could you give me your email address so I can look up some information? I was like, SH. I didn't want to say schlong to this lady. And I was like, I might not make it in. She might revoke my application if she finds out. Did
you have another email?
No, because it was I didn't even know what, because AOL, I feel like at the time was, unless you had a business or you were older, you might have like a Netscape or I don't know if Gmail or Yahoo may have been available at the time.
Back then, it was not as easy as it is now to make email. We should clarify.
Yeah, my dad, who is an attorney, still has an AOL email address, the law dog at AOL.com.
Fantastic.
And I've tried to get him to change it for years, but it's just too late at this point. He's like
40 years.
Old dog, new tricks kind of thing. 40 years still, it worked out for him. So
it was straight up schlong at AOL.
Well, there's some other things, but it's an inside joke and it doesn't make any sense. But it was schlong. Schlong is not an inside joke. It's just another word for something. And recently, I had somebody putting my name in for this is the 90s stuff. I had a partnership collaboration deal or whatever that somebody was putting my name in for PhotoBucket. And PhotoBucket was like one of those websites you can dump all your photos. It's just like an online photo album. And it was like pre-Facebook or whatever. Or you put some stuff in PhotoBucket and then you could put it on there. But anyways, they were like, we need your email to see if you still have an account. Kind of like if you had like an old journal or blog somewhere. They're like, what email did I use? And I was like, uh-oh. She's like, it's not your current one. I was like, yeah. She's like, do you have another email? I was like, yeah. It could be this one. And it is schlong. It was my schlong AOL email. And I was just like, I'm so sorry. I was 12 or 13 when I made this. And I didn't want to lose my buddy list and start a new email account. And so this is what I've used ever since. And she was like, it's okay. It's hilarious. And she's like, turns out you do have an account on PhotoBucket using this email. So that is hilarious.
That's crazy.
It's one of the few things I regret. That still followed me.
What was that partnership? Like, does this company still exist?
I'm still waiting.
Yeah,
it still exists. So I'm still waiting to hear back.
She got up phone. She was like, "Yeah, we are not."
So we're putting some other people's names in too. We'll see who gets it. We're gonna use some other data, but so that doesn't come up too often. But,
So making jokes about wife and married life
Yeah.
starts the Instagram journey. Is
yeah.
that?
Yeah, that started it, and it started as this started in COVID in 2020. So I've been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah.
And we only use Instagram for like our business and photography business for a long time, and I was just like, I'm tired of this perfect aesthetic.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm just gonna ruin everything. I'm just gonna throw it to the wind. And I was like, I'm just gonna do stupid videos and be more who I am. And so I started just pretending to be my wife or doing other like relatable content. And
on the business Instagram.
On my own.
Okay.
But I would use my own for some personal stuff, but also business stuff too. So we're like trying to use different avenues to promote our own business.
Yeah.
And so I started doing that, and then those would get traction, and then little by little I would get a few more viral videos for like things I did in my childhood, and then I found this whole niche that was a little more micro focused on nostalgia and vintage stuff, and that kind of became what, like, I would do marriage relatable stuff again, but people didn't like it as much, or I didn't like the comments and feedback I was getting.
Yeah.
So I just went all in on 90s, 2000s core.
Yeah.
And I mean, I may break out eventually and do it again if we want to talk algorithms and all the other boring nitty gritty of social media. But
yeah,
I feel bad for all my friends who are my friends on Instagram before I started doing all this stuff, because they didn't sign up for these dumb videos, and they can log off anytime they want.
They can unfollow. It's
it
fine.
won't hurt my feelings. But I do. I'm like, I used to just post photos of me and my wife, or I was going on a trip here and there.
Yeah.
But that feels more boring, and so now I just do sometimes the dumbest stuff. And
Is that your job?
this is part of one.
I was going to say, you kind of do a few things.
Social media back in the, like 2 or 3 years ago, it was like what I was putting all of my attention into. There was like a season and like a spring, summer where all I did was work and post 2 videos a day, because at the time Facebook and Meta had a creator program that they were just giving you money for views.
Really?
And I was like, let me just crank these views out. Yeah, and I was
Go,
just
baby.
cranking content. I would crank out like a couple weeks worth, and then I'd repost that and then see if that would hit again. And I repost stuff all the time, and that would just pay. That would just like pay the bills.
Yeah.
And which is always surprising for people to hear, I think. But it was like pay-per-view basically. And some programs like TikTok and YouTube still do that. But for TikTok, I think you have to have a certain amount of followers, and your videos have to be over a minute long for you to get paid for those.
Yeah.
And Instagram was just like, it could be 10 seconds and you get $1,000 for X amount of views, and it's just the dumbest stuff too. It could be the most throwaway video you've seen, and so I would do that. I did that for a long time, and then Meta and Facebook changed their like profit share, whatever they were, or their program, and they just nixed it, and we're like, all right, I think we're done paying for views. We're wasting too much money.
Yeah.
And then it's all in, like, you make money doing collaborations and partnerships and stuff. So that's just like a company approaches you and they're like, hey, will you pitch this product? And you're like, all right. And then you charge a price, and there's some back and forth, and you write a script for them. And it's really weird. It's such a weird world.
Yeah.
Where you're like, all right.
I mean, you're essentially a micro, like, commercial.
You're writing them a commercial, basically. And which, I guess I was kind of familiar, like, with, like, my worth and, like, pitching my product as a photographer, where you're like, how much is this wedding stuff going to cost? And some people might get sticker shock. You know, I think the wedding spectrum is all over the place. And but the influencer world, the content creator world, no, you should never do that. Listen, kids, don't be a content creator. It's always a backup plan. Always. It's never your first. And I would get off of there if I mean, I may get off of there one a day, but just quit cold turkey and get off the grid. But like partnerships, They kind of roll in. You can seek them out. Or I have 2 like non-exclusive agents that find work for me and like help me, pitch my brand to somebody.
Sure.
So like my last deal was with Amazon, and they had like a 10-year Amazon. Well, I had another one, but I signed an NDA and I can't talk about the workings of it, which is so cool. But Amazon.
I'm going to do an NDA mention.
Yeah, NDA
counter. I think this is 4.
My dad's an attorney, so I think I'm okay. But it was like for Amazon, and they're like, we're doing a 10-year thing on the Amazon Alexa. And I was like, people's Alexas are just going to be going off if they listen to my video. But apparently they have some software that they can dub over Alexa to make your Alexa not go off when you say Alexa, which is pretty crazy.
What?
Yeah, which they had to do on my video. But they're like, yeah, it has to say these things. It has to be this long. It has to mention this. You can't say this, and this. So they kind of give you some parameters, and then you give them some ideas and like, this is stupid. No, we like this. Run with that. And usually it's the worst idea. Or not worst idea if any partnerships are looking. It's just my least favorite idea.
That's kind of the main thing that I wonder about with content. I think most people our age have kind of thought about at some point, like doing the content thing.
Yeah.
And I feel like with a lot of the ideas that I've had, at least, it's like there's something that I could talk about a lot for a period of time. But at some point, I feel like I would run out of ideas for videos.
Oh, yeah.
How do you...
Like, do you have fun doing it still?
Yeah.
Sometimes. It's 50-50.
Like, every once in a while, when you get a good idea, you're like, oh, frick, yeah.
Yeah, but those are the ideas that never do well. Like, it's always the throwaway ones that are like, people are like, yeah, I love this. This is hilarious. It's so relatable. But it's always my, like, really funny, like thoughtful jokes or, like, really highbrow humor that's like I will put, like, the most recent video I did, I think, was just kind of a vignette of, like, a night in the 90s. Like, I did the research where I was like, all right, I wrote a date on my paper and I went back and looked to make sure that was a Sunday night in 98 in the 90s. What was on at 8:30 on a Sunday night in the 90s, and it's King of the Hill. And so I put King of the Hill on the TV. What was I probably like? I would like I go.
You went all in.
I'm all in on some of my videos.
The story is dialed
because people are ruthless. They're like, King of the Hill wasn't playing at 8:30 in 1998 in October. That was X-Files, and you'd be like, all right, idiot. Sorry,
but I was trying to be funny.
Yeah, but that's also what gets the algorithm boost because you want people to talk, so there's like rage bait basically. Yeah. But so I'll do that stuff and I'll never do well, and then I'll just like my most viral video is just me like dropping my bike in the yard and be like, let's go play, and then you run away, and then people are like, yeah. And I thought like there was no script, it was just like the dumb, like it was so it took no thought, and it goes viral, but it's still fun. But I think this sounds so cliche. Like I think you hear this in interviews for like musicians. They're like, I was just doing it for the art, for the creative aspect of it. But when money was involved, like we got writer's block, we got bogged down. But like these companies are paying you to do your brand and to, use your brain and humor. But when money is involved, you're like, they really want to pay for this crap? I think it's funny when it's not being paid for. But then I'm like, this is 45 seconds of just doo-doo.
They're like, this is what I'm paying.
This is what they're paying for, and I feel so bad. But they paid me. I forget that they're paying for an audience. They're paying for views. Just they're not paying for the content necessarily. Yeah.
I was talking to my buddy Griff's in town right now, and he's a content creator for do you know what Live Tour is? The golf league? He's a content creator for Fireballs. The team that's based in Spain.
Oh, I thought you were going to say the drink.
Yeah, no. Fireballs is a team, a Live Tour team of like 5 golfers. They're all Hispanic, and but he makes content for them, and he will make like the coolest stuff, and then people like won't interact with it at all, and then he'll just make like the most random like stuff you'd see, the most typical thing you'd ever think of on Instagram. And we were talking about this morning, like when people get on Instagram Like they don't really like want something inspiring and poetic. Like they really just want something to be like to help them have stimulation because they don't want to look at their email. Right. Or like they don't want to look at their math homework or whatever the frig the thing like their child or like whatever the annoying thing is. You know?
This podcast just doesn't like kids. You need to slow down.
Unless you hold something over their head.
Yeah, unless you make them cuss in front of their parents. Like me.
I'm curious about this. I'm gonna make you go philosophical.
Ooh, deep. Meta.
So the most sought after career for kids these days is content creation.
It is.
What do you think about that?
Oh, I think it's a bad idea.
Yeah.
Man, now we got to go deep, and I don't like talking about deep. Well, I do like talking. People think I can't go deep, but I can. I used to be a home group leader.
Whoa.
For those outside of that world, it's pretty cool. It's a very coveted position.
Similar to being class president, in a way.
It's pretty close to that.
What do you think was harder, being a home group leader or coordinating your 20th year high school reunion?
Well, for both of them, I just give the job to somebody else. So pretty easy. I'm good at delegating, good at facilitating a good job. That's all, or facilitating a good time. That's all it is. I had a pretty good speech at my 20 year high school reunion, but I won't do it. It was pretty good though. I just read the words to "Yeah" by Usher. Anyways, I personally think the internet. I know this is now. I got to be serious because I have such a love-hate relationship with social media because I'm in it and on it all the time, and I think the average person subconsciously consumes it like they're drinking from a fire hydrant, whether they realize it or not.
Yeah.
Especially whether you're just doom scrolling or just scrolling to vibe out, or you're like looking for recipes or whatever. It is getting in there somehow, whether you can compartmentalize it or not. It's in there.
Yeah.
And this is kind of aside from all the new laws with kids not having cell phones and everything in school, which I think is very telling for if a kid should pursue a career
content creator
in social media or whatever. I think it's a dangerous world. I think it's I could show you my messages or people who try to scam all the time, and you would be like, no, don't do that. I've almost had to get a restraining order from somebody one time. But that's another story for another podcast, How to Catch a Predator. That's a Forensic Files episode.
That was on in 89.
Right. Great show. Great
October
hotel
7th.
room going to sleep show.
Yeah.
But I would say don't do it. I think there are many reasons why. A lot of kids look at the YouTubers and the YouTubers. Oh man, I don't understand it because I'm just the old head who's just like, what's funny about these guys? I don't know what they're saying. Why would anybody watch somebody play a video game when they could just play the video game themselves? And it's it's like people watching people doing stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
People watching people doing stuff and commenting on stuff, and a lot of I call it dumb content for dumb people, which is like 75% of all content. It's just like you might get a smirk out of a reel every now and then, or send it to your friend. And so I don't know. It's hard, but my gut reaction is like don't do it. Just stay off as long as you can until you're maybe a little more mature. But even me, a 40-year-old man, I have trouble like comparing myself or. Yeah, people I don't think do a good job, or they just do trendy stuff or lip sync. I'm like, this is so easy to do.
Yeah,
but it gets the views. I don't think it's. I mean, if I had children, I don't think I would let them even have a phone until they were like 16, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's my short answer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen AI impacting
Yes.
your job as a social media creator?
Oh yeah, it takes a lot of the creative thought out of a lot of content. I see a lot of just like AI nostalgia stuff too, and it's just like, we talked about this. This is another reason why I think Instagram is just made for retention. All content is just made for retention to keep you there.
Yeah.
I could show you like being a part of I subscribe to be a part of the verified program, and when you leave the program, they send you messages, and the messages that I get from Meta are like, if you subscribe to our program, on average, most content creators get more views when they subscribe. So they like try to lure you back in, and I'm like, oh yeah, why don't you just push it out on your own organically and not make me pay for it? But I don't know where I was going with that. But
Yeah,
it's
I think it's interesting too. Like whenever you're in a room with someone else who's like doom scrolling, and then whenever they send you, how do I say it's like, say you're sitting in a room and you're not doom scrolling. The next person is sitting in the room and is doom scrolling, which is a situation that happens like a lot nowadays. And that person is on like minute 40 of their doom scroll, and I'm not there at all. And they're like, "Oh my gosh, look at this." That content when they're like 40 minutes into that brain space, versus like me as just being like an ordinary person not in that brain space. It is jarring to me every single time that happens.
Was the Anxious Generation guy, whatever it is,
Jonathan Haidt.
I think he calls that fragmenting.
Yeah.
You know, you're just I don't like it either when I'm in a room. I play Fortnite.
Let's go.
With some buddies. And it kills me when we got headsets on and we're talking, and some of these people, but I can hear their phone go off in the background like they're watching a video, and I'm like, no, one screen at a time. You put that thing down and you talk to me.
Yeah.
That's what we got these microphones for.
I was going to say the streamers who stream them playing video games.
Yeah.
For reference, when I was in high school, like phone or laptop up here next to the screen where I'm playing video games, and streamer playing the video game is going right here while I play the video game.
Yeah.
You did that in high school?
I was like that.
You would watch, it would be the same game though?
Yeah. I'd be
How
watching.
would that not be super confusing?
I would just pause it. Like pause or mute the video of the game happening and then play the game, and then in the loading screens.
You would just watch it again?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
It was
During
terrible.
loading screen, or while you were literally playing, they would
while
like,
we'd be playing, there would be like a
like a
lobby
TikTok
screen,
feed.
I could hear them watching
reels
shorts in the
whatever.
background while they were like, I couldn't see them, but I could hear when their phone would go off. We'd be like, hey.
Yeah.
But and I try. We don't have our phones in our bedroom. We don't have a TV in our bedroom. And then, like I said, my phone goes off at 5. Or like I can't access anything after 5, and so just gotta like cut it off. But yeah, I think there are many studies. I was talking with a buddy about this recently. It's like something you watch on your phone. I guess this was a Nat Geo article. But based on recent events, people who watch or see certain events happen online have a tendency to feel closer to it relationally than people who witnessed it in person.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I guess you could go read the article. I can't quote it verbatim, but I don't know where the study came from. But I believe it. People feel that like and this is another reason why I wouldn't let somebody I wouldn't suggest a kid get online, because people feel like they have more access to you than the people you are around in real life.
Yeah.
Like people talk to me all the time like I'm their best friend. Right. And they send me things that they think I will think are funny, and they're not funny, and they're super political or just weird.
Like they'll DM you?
Yeah, they DM me personally because they're like, maybe he'll like this, and they think they have this access to you, or they have a closer relationship to you. Like I think all of social media builds this facade of a relationship too. Yeah, it's just surface level. Like you think you know somebody, like like when somebody, like some celeb passes away, like we get really sad. Like it's a sad thing, but you're like, oh man, that really got to me today. But I think it's just because of this online presence.
I was thinking about that the other day, like Golly, we're really on a soapbox right now, but
Yeah, we are.
bang.
Let's get
Social
some
media
brevity,
tech.
some levity.
But I think it's interesting how, the only thing, like pre-newspaper, so like 1600s, the
Yep.
only
Remember those
time that people would ever be able to have a situation, and just think about like bare bones interpersonal situation, where you would be sitting with, it was like, say you and Myers were sitting, and y'all experienced something true that happened to, like name some random Birmingham person. Mitch McGever.
Ruben stuttered.
Ruben stuttered. And say Ruben stuttered and Mitch McGever like freaking went to dinner together.
Okay.
The only time in the 1600s that you would have been able to learn that about them without them being there,
Right.
and then you make an opinion about it
without
them ever learning about it or hearing about it, would have been gossip.
Yep. Days later.
Yeah, you would have, like, there's not another medium for it to happen.
On a horse.
And then now, now the only way that you can do that, like obviously whenever newspaper happened, there was like, but now that there's just like this constant literature everywhere all the time, written literature everywhere all the time, like there's like this interesting, format where a lot of times, like, you'll post stuff and people will interact with you one way.
Yeah.
And you're interacting with them zero way. You're, you know what I mean? It's like a weird thing.
Yeah.
And now people are trying to understand, like, how do I figure this out? And I'm like, I just don't know if we were like created to figure that out. Like, I don't, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, needless to say, I don't have Instagram. I don't think it's fair or whatever. But
it's not fair.
And that's why, like, on our podcast, we don't like, we've been asking you to be on our podcast for ages now.
No, that's not true. Just yesterday.
But I feel like this is kind of ironic because we have someone who has like a big social media presence on our podcast right now. But we also have just like our freaking buddies on. We literally whenever
just bros.
And we're pretty big fans of like real personal conversation.
Yeah, part of our thought with starting the podcast was to
save the world.
Yeah, save the world.
Hey.
No, it was like
Take that world.
if we're gonna be on the internet, maybe we should put good things out onto the internet. And also, maybe we should try and put out something that's longer form so that we're not contributing to the, like, short form bursts, like, consumption thing. Which I do make shorts for the podcast,
Sure.
but the idea is to, like...
To get them off of it.
Yeah, it's like, go listen to this thing that's, like, hours long and you'll learn more about your local community is sort of the idea. And we honed in really hard on Birmingham. That could change in the future, but, like...
Yeah.
You've got some pretty... top tier people from Birmingham, and then there's me. You got a lot of good restaurateurs, musicians, theologians, and
Now
then
we have
this
a nostalgia comedian.
nostalgia niche. Yeah, comedian is loose.
Do you ever
Working
do
man's comedian.
Do you ever do anything with your content that tries to like bring people into some space in reality?
Wait, this actually, I have to talk to you about this.
A little bit. Go
Actually,
on. I'm listening.
You host your own birthday party.
That's true. That is,
and I don't know if I'm really wording that correctly. Wesley hosts like a game show. Is that what it is?
That's true.
I've never been invited, but like one day I'll be invited.
maybe after this, if we're close enough friends.
Hopefully one day.
But hopefully one day. I'm dying to be invited to this. But you like host a game show, like a Tonight Show that is your birthday party, and you are the person that has like the microphone and the tuxedo.
Do we have a clip?
I wish we did.
I do. My last birthday party. This is kind of like, I guess, to circle back to, is there a means to an end to my social media?
Sure.
And if I ever get off, this is like what I want to do. This is kind of what I want to eventually get to. Either write a book, like, or become like a speaker in like not necessarily a specifically Christian world, but warning people like about what we were just talking about, like the dangers of social media, how to like mitigate it, how to do it in moderation, or how like nostalgia and Christianity are very intricately woven together. Sure. That's like one aspect, like the more serious aspect. But the other one is like do a variety show in town or traveling variety show from time to time. My birthday parties are like a beta test of that. Where
what is a variety show?
It's a variety show, I guess, would be like
it would be a variety of things.
Yeah, it's like it could be a song and dance, it could be a couple of games, a couple of giveaways, audience participation, maybe some stand-up. I don't do all these things. It's just me doing stupid stuff most of the time. My last variety show, I think it was my 30th birthday, and I would have done it for my 40th, but I didn't have any new content. And I usually give away money. And it is usually 90s themed, so it may not.
Sure.
I think we had some younger kids there that didn't win anything because they didn't get any of the references. And but usually I'll do like a music portion where if you can guess the singer of the 90s song, sometimes it's a Christian song or sometimes it's a secular song, and
Sure.
I'll give $1 per song. and then we'll do like youth group games like minute to win it type stuff. I said, okay, the last intro, I did like a video of me talking to me, which is so stupid. And then I came in on rollerblades, and it's just this whole song and dance. But I've hosted 2 here at the church. And I did get clearance. I think there's probably security camera footage of it somewhere around. And, yeah, it gets a little weird. I think there were some pies. I do like this. I did this one game, and I take it from other various like game shows and comedy shows online that I see. But one was like Race to the Bottom, and I start the bid at I'm like, who will do X for $100? And obviously somebody would be like, $100, I'll do it. Like the one I used was eat this onion. Who will take a bite of this onion for $100? And it's all harder to do than you think. And then you go down and you're like, who will eat it for $80? And usually somebody will be like, I'll do it for $80. And I got somebody all the way down to $5.
Wow.
And so who will eat this onion for $5? And somebody took a bite for $5. And I was like, if you take another bite, I'll give you $10, and you double it. And it's just making your friends do dumb things. Stupid stuff, but also doing stupid stuff at the same time. And so that is, I mean, I would like to do something like that with social media or just be a game show host.
Yeah.
That's why I need a longer microphone. I need one of those Bob Barker mics.
Yeah.
You guys could,
That'd be sick.
if we got it in the budget to get one of those.
We'll invest.
Come on down. I got to work on my pitch though.
I was talking to some students the other day, and so we do apple bobbing contest for Fall Fest, and then for Spring Fling, last year we played a wiffle ball game, but it wasn't really set up or anything. Yeah, we're thinking next year we're gonna nominate for apple bobbing. We do this big nomination thing. It's really fun, and the students had an idea to do the fitness pacer test for Spring Fling, and they would just nominate who they think will last the longest in the fitness pacer test.
That would be if you did the presidential fitness. Which one's the pacer test?
It's beep, and then you run, and you have to make it to other thing before the next beep, and you have to make it to the next thing.
Okay, it's
and
like
you
a
just
shuttle
essentially
run. See
who
who
can
can do it
run
the
the longest.
That'd be so great to just make your friends do cardio.
Just nonstop cardio.
I mean, those are all great ideas, and I can't tell you what my current idea is for. I have a couple. I mean, some of them are easy. I see the Whitney Houston challenge, where there's that "I Will Always Love You" song. And there's a drum beat that's not. I don't think it's measured in a beat, and you just have to gas and hit. There's just silly things like that. But I would like to host a game show, or those are just the other loose ideas that I have out there for future.
You and Jacob Jacob Simmons, the improv Gladys.
Oh yeah.
Are you and Jacob?
I love those guys. I know the Gladys guys, and then there's a guy named Vince who does stand up with another guy named Dusty Slay.
Okay.
Who's on the Nate Bargatze podcast and his own podcast. So those guys all do some highbrow, just really good comedy. The Gladys guys, like Jacob, they do some sketch and then some long form improv. And then I think Vince is starting a stand up comedy class as well, and I've always thought about taking one of those, but I don't have the chop. I hide behind a phone. I can't get out there.
I think it's really cool going and seeing. Or one of my favorite parts about going to New York is you can kind of just look around and people will just tell you about all this random stuff, and they're just doing live things all the time. This past time I was in New York, I went to Comedy Cellar, and it was just people that were doing it for the first time. I went to obviously a Broadway show, and then I went to this listening room, what they were doing there was this person who had her granddad was this old Cuban what's it called, bossa nova thing, and she had all these super rare vinyls because of it, and she would just play one song off the vinyl, and then they would just have a conversation about it. and it was like this super cool, if you're a vinyl head, you would like it. But anyways, I think it's so cool, and I think it's really inspiring in Birmingham going to a Gladys show because it's like, and then the other night in Birmingham, we went to a dance company show over in Homewood, and I think it's cool whenever people do things in real life in Birmingham, because it's just as entertaining as watching something online, but it's like cool because you get to like interact with it and they're like a real person. Mm-hmm. So I think that, obviously you're not gonna, unless you're famous, your first show isn't gonna be that popular, but I think like with consistency, like I don't know if Jacob and them had, I forgot the other guys' names that are in his like troupe with them, but
Tim, Michael, and Jacob. They all have professional training too in New York, Chicago, and LA, I think.
Yeah, but like their first show in Birmingham, do you think they had like a huge crowd?
No.
No.
They got their own theater?
Yeah, but now they're like, because they've been doing it for so many years, like they have this kind of cult following.
Yeah.
And I think that's freaking cool. And the fact that they opened up their own improv theater and are like doing it, that's crazy.
Get them on the podcast.
I know. We honestly should. I think we've talked to Jacob about it before.
I'll take a couple.
But I mean, it's like same thing with WOM. Like our first episode, we only had like 1 million listeners, but now we have like billions.
Yeah, we have like 8 billion, I think, per episode. Something like that.
Smart List.
No, but in all reality, we do have like this.
It's like
huge,
us and Joe Rogan.
We have this weird reach now with guests. Like, because whenever you do you're like, hey, I've had a podcast. We're on our episode 3. Like, would you want to be on? People are like, is this really a thing yet?
Yeah.
But now we're on episode freaking like 81 or something like that.
Something like that.
This is old hat.
Yeah. And now it's like freaking.
Yeah, I do. When I tell people I have a podcast, they're like, oh, how have you been doing it? And I tell them like 79 episodes, and they're like, whoa, wait.
They're like, wait, that's
just cranking them out.
Yeah, we've been doing it for 2 freaking years now.
It's a sausage factory of
Dude,
podcasts.
2 years. Holy cow. That's so
it's like
long.
forever.
I have kind of a pipe dream with this podcast. Is that whenever, like in my kind of like idyllic 40-year-old life, I have like a daughter who's just is really annoyed with me all the time. Okay. And she's like, she loves me, but she's like, oh my gosh, she's so annoying. He's like so annoying. He knows how to do everything perfectly. I love him, but he's so annoying. That kind of vibe.
Dad.
And she has a friend over at the house. She's like 14 or 15. And then her friend's like, what is your dad doing in there with his friends? And then she's like, I don't know.
Interviewing like Barack Obama
or
something.
Podcast. He's been doing it for like 30 years.
Podcasts aren't even cool in,
People don't even
20
do
years
anymore.
In 2050.
He's talking to this guy. What's his name? His name is like Joe something.
Like
Rogan, maybe.
Mayor Woodfin.
Yeah.
He's still the mayor.
It's like Kay Ivey is in there. She's been dead for 25 years.
She's
but
130 years old.
He's like talking to Kay Ivey's corpse. Like, I don't know. He does it every week.
By then we can bring them all back, though, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Probably going to live to 150.
Yeah, freaking
That's what I'm hoping for.
Elvis, Walt Disney, Kay Ivey.
Everybody
will be pretty off.
I haven't hit my midlife yet. If you don't say you haven't hit your midlife crisis until 50 or 60, that means you probably live till
110, 120.
Yeah.
That's right. Just
got to beat the system.
Don't get a Porsche till you're 60.
That sounds nice, though. That's living.
What's the future, Wes? What
the future? What does the future look like?
Yeah, what you working on?
Speaking of improv, I do sometimes try out my chops, my comedy chops on the current business that I'm working on, which is the retail clothes slinging business.
That's right. What's the name of the app again?
Talk about that. Whatnot. We didn't design the app. This is an app that's been on there on the Apple Store for a long time. Whatnot.com. I think it started selling toys, maybe.
Dude, Amazon's doing this now. I was going to tell you about this. I got on Amazon the other day. I bought something. I bought an Alexa Auto the other day.
Nice.
Shout out Alexa. If you're listening to this online at home, I'm sorry that we do not have the technology that overdubs your Alexa coming on right now.
She's listening.
But anyways, I was on there and then it got off and it was like deals here, and it was like 3 or 4 reels, and like that you could click on, and it was these people being like earrings, shoes. I don't know if y'all have ever seen these things. I'd never seen them until Wesley showed them to me. But yeah, like I don't know. You can explain it better than
I'm not good at explaining it. My wife is always like, you need to do a better job. She's like, I could do it. I was like, I'm trying.
Like, do it do it in public.
Do
then
it
she's like,
right
no,
now.
stop.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you try to get online and talk about it. So it's our company is called Jumpstart Deals. It's me and a buddy from Redeemer, Josh Sizemore. Get him on here. Big business boy. And it started in his basement. We started selling vintage clothes. We just buy pallets and boxes of vintage clothes, and it eventually evolved into like higher luxury brands like J. Crew, Madewell, Free People, Anthropology. What we do is we purchase them from like third-party wholesalers or just back-end third-party companies, and then bring them into the office. And it's like eBay meets Twitch meets...
That's a good way of explaining it. eBay meets Twitch.
Thank you.
That is a good way.
Some people don't think so.
I understood what that meant as a 25-year-old.
Yeah, as youngins who are online, which you shouldn't be. If you've learned anything here today, don't watch this. Get offline right now while you can.
The point of this podcast is to
like
tell
a
you
fear
to
tactic.
get off.
How do you say to get offline?
You could end up
but
like
be
these
online?
3 guys right here if you don't get offline.
Just middle-aged men with a podcast. That's the future.
If you want to hate your life, be like us.
No, we love it.
I'm joking.
We love it.
We love it, especially whenever we get to bully little kids.
Yeah, that's all we do on here. I digress. It's an auction site. You hold up a piece of clothes and start a timer and start a set price, and it counts down usually 5 or 10 seconds, and it goes 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. You can swipe to bid on an item, and if your bid's the highest, you win.
Bada bing, bada
you pay
boom.
for shipping. We smack a label on it, and we send it to you. And we just churn out thousands of clothes weekly.
And of that, and brands that you sell on there are
J. Crew, Madewell, Free People, which I guess is their
Polo Assassin,
Polo Assassin, Bad Birdie,
Echo Unlimited,
Fubu, Echo, Jinko, Polo Ralph Lauren,
DC,
DC, Vans, Etnies.
Wait, Vans for real, or is that just part of the bit?
No, that was part. We do get, if J. Crew does a Vans collab, we do sell some Vans.
So
sometimes.
Therefore, Nike. These are J. Crew.
We do have some Nike slings right now that are pretty sick.
Slings, like you have a broken
crossbody. That's what I meant.
Oh shoot,
slings.
Give you a little broken elbow, or
got a little chicken wing. Yeah.
If you want to look fly with
do you have any
cast,
shiesties?
Shiesties. Oh, is that?
Do you know what a shiesty is?
Cool speak.
Do you know? Do you know? You ever watch those videos of those guys who like get on the interstate and they like weave in between cars like maniacs?
Yes.
You know those like Nike like head covering things they wear? Those are called shiesties.
It's like it's like a balaclava,
like an F1, I could rob a bank or I could drive a race car.
They made them like I think they either made them for
skiing.
Shiesties.
Well, they made them for
we have had those
women who like have, it's like an athletic hijab, or it's like dudes who play football and they like want to keep their head warmer with the helmet.
We have sold
which
those.
I don't understand those really. But yeah, shiesties.
We have
you get good deals on shiesties if you're listening.
This one time we had a Nordstrom pallet. Like we had, and it's they send them in what's called Gaylords, and a Gaylord for people who aren't in the biz, they're not in the industry, is where you just dump a bunch of clothes into a big box. It's not packaged or sealed. It's just a lot, just a bunch of crap. We have had the shiesties. We had some Jimmy Choo's like $2,000 shoes one time.
Wow.
We also got a bunch of men's thongs.
Men's thongs?
Yep.
An elephant on the front. Ears in a trunk. And somebody sold them online and somebody bought them all. I think we had 12 men's thongs and some lady bought all 12. I don't know if she's going to a bachelor party or she just is a connoisseur. She's a collector.
Thongosaur.
A male elephant thong
It was leopard print. And we're like, I guess we can sell them. And we sold them. I did not sell them, but personally. But yeah. And I think the nicest thing we had was like something from J. Crew. It was like a Japanese wool. Like it looked like Assassin's Creed, hoodie thing. It was like dark green and floor to length. It was like $1,600 for this
Holy
thing.
cow!
Wow, sold it for $50.
Wow, that was on.
Pretty sick.
There's this place called Canoes. It's in Boulder, Colorado. It's a workwear company, and I heard about it the other day through Tucker. Shout out Tucker. And and I got on their website. There was a faded red hoodie, just like could not be more normal. Faded red hoodie, straight up $998.
That's crazy.
I was like, man, people.
Hey, that's
people
what we're
buy
slinging.
that stuff,
People will buy that stuff. This is from J. Crew. This is Whatnot Deals. This is
Ricky.
not.
Yeah, you can't buy that.
A lot of
You
white
can't get
tees.
that.
Yeah, you can't make this.
A lot of white tees.
This is what my shirt sounds like. And this is what nice jeans sound like. Smooth. That's smooth. No,
Oh, guys. Hey, do you want to plug anything else? Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah, what should people go and do now that they've heard about you?
go like and subscribe to Word of Mouth.
Yep. This right here.
Yeah, what do you click? Click it. I want to shout out to my wife. I want to thank her for 15 years of marriage.
15 years today.
Today.
Thanks for letting him come on.
Is it actually your anniversary today?
No.
Okay, I was gonna say.
That was probably a month ago. Wow, I wasn't prepared for this to end so soon.
Oh, okay, we can keep going.
They let me ramble for so long. I want to thank my mom and my dad for raising me right. I want to thank the good people at J. Crew and Madewell for letting us sell their clothes for cheap. I want to thank these two guys, Myers and Steven, for being great hosts. And
one last
big man
thanks
upstairs. And hey,
to the top J.
to my guys, like they say in the furniture business, cheers.
Chairs.
And this is what thongs
Holy cow.